Hello everyone. Welcome to Afro News South Africa. To support this channel, please kindly subscribe and share. Turn on the notification bell so you won't be left out in any video. The recently released fifth and final installment of the State Capture Commission report has exposed the real reason why Arthur Fraser released Zuma on medical parole. Zuma only spent a few days after he was arrested last year for being in contempt of court. He was saved by Fraser amid serious opposition. It turns out Fraser, who was the then State Security Agency boss, owed Zuma a favor. The State Capture report of the Zondo Commission found that former President Jacob Zuma and ex-spy boss Arthur Fraser both protected each other against imprisonment. Mr. Zuma put a stop to an investigation that could have led to Mr. Fraser's arrest. Mr. Fraser put a stop to Mr. Zuma's continued incarceration. According to Judge Zondo, the two had a mutually beneficial relationship to keep each other out of prison. Zuma had protected Fraser by instructing the Hawks, through former Intelligence Minister Siyabonga Quell, to cease an investigation into Fraser's principal agents network. Zuma said it would compromise national security to charge Fraser. In exchange, Zondo argues, Fraser, as Commissioner of Prisons, released Zuma on medical parole under questionable circumstances, and against the recommendations of the parole board. This is a powerful conclusion. The picture emerges that Mr. Zuma put a stop to an investigation that could well have led to Mr. Fraser's arrest, prosecution and maybe imprisonment, and Mr. Fraser put a stop to Mr. Zuma's continued incarceration despite the fact that Mr. Zuma's incarceration was in terms of an order of the Constitutional Court. President Jacob Zuma was aware, when he appointed Arthur Fraser, in September 2016, that he was a key suspect in two damning and confidential reports by the then Inspector General of Intelligence, Faith Radab. The investigation into the clandestine and parallel intelligence structure, the principal agent network established by Fraser, and former NIA DG Manalo Manzini, found millions blown over the years without any authorization or accountability. It seems like Fraser knew the State Capture report would recommend he be dealt with, hence he went for parole. Why did he sit with the Fala info for so long? Again, the final report on State Capture contains findings that are particularly damning for Arthur Fraser and Jacob Zuma. The State Capture Commission's final report has been submitted to the President. On Thursday, at a ceremony in the Union Buildings, Chief Justice Raymond Zondo presented the findings to President Cyril Ramaphosa. According to Zondo, the final report addresses the SABC, the Vreed Dairy Farm, Ramaphosa's evidence, ANC evidence, the Waterkloof landing, and the emigration of wealth from the country. Zondo concluded harshly that Arthur Fraser was responsible for a large number of cash withdrawals. Poor financial controls at the SSA were found to have been created by former SSA Director General Arthur Fraser, according to Zondo's report. Budgetary allocations grew from roughly R42 million in the 2016-2017 financial year to about R303 million in the 2017-2018 financial year after his appointment. Roughly 225 million rands, or 74%, was spent on covert operations directed by his office. Project Visa found that Fraser had misappropriated 125 million rands. That's right, Arthur Fraser stole millions of dollars from Social Security. Major conclusions against ex-President Jacob Zuma and ex-SSA leader Arthur Fraser, who, according to Judge Zondo, worked together to keep each other out of jail. Zondo also found that former President Jacob Zuma and ex-spy boss Arthur Fraser helped each other avoid jail.